Never Stop Learning, week 237. We're going to take a quick look at the Scale, Strokes, and Effects feature in Adobe Illustrator CC 2015. Alright, so this is a feature that's been around for a really long time, but if you've never come across it, it could really trip you up. Here I've got some live text with some strokes applied to them, but keep in mind this also works with effects. In this video, we're just going to focus on the strokes. Alright, with my artwork selected, over here at the top, in the control panel, it's showing me that the stroke value is set to 11 points. So keep that in mind, because I'm going to come over here and shrink my artwork, hold down the shift key, and release. Alright, when I deselect, notice you can no longer read this text. I'm going to reselect my artwork, back in the control panel. It's showing me that the stroke value is still set to 11 points. So what's happening is my purple stroke is covering that orange fill. I'm going to undo that. Alright, so now I need to bring up the Scale, Strokes, and Effects feature. There's a couple ways to do that. While I have my artwork selected, over here at the top, I have access to this transform link. I could click on it to bring up the transform panel, and at the bottom, I'm going to find this Scale, Strokes, and Effects feature. I'm going to hit escape to get out of that. I could also go into the window menu, scroll down, and I'm going to find transform. I also have a keyboard shortcut here of Shift F8. I'm going to click on transform. That brings up the transform panel. And when I'm working with panels, I have this double-headed arrow over here. When I click on it, it's either going to contract or expand the panel. So that means it's either going to hide or expose more information for me. Down over here at the bottom, I'm going to click on Scale, Strokes, and Effects to turn it on. So now let's see it in action. I'm going to click and drag on this corner, hold down the shift key, and release. This time, I'm still able to see that orange fill and have the same amount of dashes going along the bottom. Alright, I'm going to select my artwork, double click on it, and grab one of these elements. Over here at the top, in the control panel, it's showing me that the stroke value is now set to 3.258. So Illustrator went ahead and shrunk down those strokes along with my artwork. I'm going to double click on my artboard, undo that change. Now, another way to bring up that feature is hit Command K on a Mac or Control K on a PC, and that's going to bring up your general preferences. Over here on the right, you have access to Scale, Strokes, and Effects. I'm going to click on it to uncheck that box, click OK to accept that change, and now we're back to that behavior that you saw at the beginning of the video. All right, I'm going to undo that change. Now, this is going to work with different types of workflows and different type of artwork, and that's going to determine whether or not you want this feature turned off or on. And there you have it, folks. That's a quick look at the Scale, Strokes, and Effects feature in Adobe Illustrator CC 2015.